Well, it's not.
There it is.
Howdy, folks.
Yeah. Howdy, folks.
It's an auto switch because Tony's been playing with it.
Oh, yeah, Tony, yesterday as we were twitching all day long, Tony kept messing with different settings. So, hello, how are you guys?
Surprise.
Hey, listen, YouTube, listen. I see your jokes over here about our Brickman situation. I see them. And I just want you to know that the hands are still over here and they're not completed. So, there you go. We'll get there. Am I slow today? Is there like a weird...
Is there a weird delay? He puts, like I said, he was playing with stuff.
What did Tony do today? I feel like I'm on a soap opera.
Oh, you're talking about when you
This is a soap opera.
Yeah, like the motion.
Oh, that's because you're on a much more expensive camera.
Oh, did we get a new camera?
This is my camera.
Oh, Justin's having fun. So, well, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I feel like I look like I'm in a soap opera. So that's fun for me today. Anyways, Denny, what shall we do on our soap opera today?
Let's make a button.
Okay, let's make a button. There shall be no murdering and plot twists. We're just gonna tool a button
Well,
because it's the giveaway today.
That's what we always say, but things change from time to time.
Exactly. There
As
could
we
be a
go
plot
through
twist and then a
Yeah.
murder. Who knows? This
Could
is
happen.
actually my first cup of coffee this morning because I was out of coffee at home. And then Justin brought me a limeade. Very sweetly brought me a limeade today. And I drank that first. In any case, there will be words and they will come out. We reached 50,000 followers on YouTube this past month. In July, and so we're super excited about it, and we wanted to do something awesome for all of you people that have subscribed and take the time to follow, and especially all of you people here that come and visit us every week all the time,
It's always a big time.
whether we like you or not,
Most of the time we do.
Yeah, just sometimes it's a little extra shenanigans. So in any case, at some point during the hour that we have here, Justin, do you have like a timeline that you like to do this on?
I'm getting like the window capture set up, so it's gonna be a minute.
All right, so later in the hour, as Denny has tooling, so he has started this lovely leather play button. Oh, that's fun. This is Twitch. I don't know what's happening, but I keep getting smaller.
Hold on. It's supposed to go away.
Are they seeing it? All right.
I've been making
There it is.
smaller.
Have you?
Yes, very much so.
All right. Oh no, our table's going to be too far forward. So Denny has been working on this beautiful leather play button. Look how gorgeous it is. We will hang it up here in the studio once it's all done. We're going to, I think, laser engrave.
Yes.
Yep. We'll laser engrave our little plaque.
Don't put any chemicals on it.
No chemicals.
Okay. Until afterwards.
Okay, afterwards, then I will chemicalize the heck out of it.
Aye, aye, Captain. Rusty is right here. Rusty, you want to say hi?
Yes, hi, Rusty. What is it?
We reached 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, so we're making our own play button.
Okay. I see
Yeah,
it. I
and
see
we're
it
going to
on-
give away a backpack today.
Nice.
So,
Very nice.
Yeah.
I thought it kind of looked like one of those old 70s televisions, like the cabinet style television where the cabinet's just huge. You got this little bitty screen right
The
there.
kind I grew up with.
Well, yeah.
The one that usually was broken and you put a TV on top of.
I know then it becomes an entertainment center. Yeah. That's why, like on the old record players, you used to have like a liquor cabinet
Yes.
in it. The whole thing. It still has use. Even when the TV's dead, you still have a use for it.
At home, we've got a bootlegger's cabinet.
Okay.
It's got, the front of it looks like a regular, like an end table, and the back of it has a little compartment. Put your hooch in,
I love it.
during those prohibition time frames.
That's right. Well, very cool. 50,000. That is
50,000.
substantial.
Woo-woo.
Mark.
Yeah. So, I guess I'll put this here so you guys can look at this beautiful thing for just a moment. You guys can check that. Look at that.
That is nice.
SB
That's
foot,
very nice.
Permanent Oak Heritage, rocks. It's like a whole round SLC. This is one of the last projects that Clayton did here. So somebody's getting something very special
Love that.
today.
Blue nubuck looking stuff, man,
I know.
that's pretty.
It's lovely.
Oh,
Rocks.
I had never really scrutinized this before. That is beautiful. So you're just gonna wear it
I'm just gonna wear it for you
in
guys.
case you have to run away.
Yeah, it fits so good. It's a nice fit. Hopefully you have a small neck like mine because it's a little bit of a tight fit, but it'll be fine. It's leather. It moves. It's very nice. And a zipper, Martin. Absolutely. Alrighty, folks. Well, Denny's gonna
I'm
doodle.
ready.
Denny's gonna
But
tool.
I have to get a little closer.
I know. We're gonna have to move the
That or I'm
table.
gonna have to get on the
actually.
table.
Hang on. I was prepping leather, and we barely finished prepping leather before the show. So, Denny, you're gonna have to.
Move.
Yeah, because we need to go this way. Here we go.
I need to be kind of at the back of the rock. Yeah.
The back of the rock. Ooh, weird.
As opposed to the top of the rock, you know.
You know, I've never went to the top of the
I
rock.
haven't either.
I should go sometime. We are in the middle of the room.
We can be anywhere.
We got some space, guys. Alrighty.
Okay,
Denny's
I'm
gonna
going.
tap, and Luna's gonna get out here in a second.
I'm going for it.
I guarantee it. So you just stay out of your seat for a second. She's right here.
Here I go.
You ready? Okay, it's kind of eye opener. She's so mad at me.
We'll see. I'm surprised.
She already barked at me once. I think she feels bad about that.
Back when you were the remote for your parents. Absolutely. Like the kids laid on the floor in front of the TV because they had to like turn it up and down, change the channel.
Yeah,
Parents got to sit on the couch.
a human remote.
Yeah.
You know, we never had a television till I was about 7 years old.
Wow.
That's when we got our first one. And the big thing then was after we got our first one, everybody was talking about the new color television.
Yeah, it's the color.
Dude, he's like, I finally got a black and white and another
Yeah,
coming out in
yeah.
color.
Then it was already.
television and still put Andy Griffith in black and white.
Yeah. Remember when you have to like schedule to watch your shows?
TV guides.
Yeah. And like we never had like DVR in my house like that. We didn't have cable and we didn't have DVR. And so like if there's something like you had to be home to watch it. You had to know that it was happening.
It's
the first
like-
week we had DVR, I filled up the entire thing.
You guys are just all live and everything.
We sure are. Look, Kevin came in too. It's quite the Friday. We got Rusty already in here. Now Kevin's in here. Denny's just trying to tool. We're talking about old time TVs. Because Rusty thought that we were
How
tooling a
old were
TV.
you when you got your first television at your parents' house?
I believe I can tell you. Let's see, I was born in 1950. So I remember coming home from kindergarten, being able to watch, who was that stupid puppet, Howdy Doody.
Howdy doody, yes.
And I would have been 5 or 6.
That's
His parents were fancier than your
yeah.
parents.
See, I didn't get one till I was 7. You were so enabled.
Kevin was spoiled.
Well,
But
I was spoiled, bro.
But I remember Howdy Doody was. I think that was probably the first show I watched.
Yeah, I was pretty worthless.
Him and Mr. Green Jeans
Oh yeah,
Mr.
Captain Kangaroo. Yeah, Captain Kangaroo.
and Clarabelle the clown.
I need to come in here more often. This is a lot of fun. You know what I have always done best is complicate people's lives.
I swear if you complicate my life today, I'm going to quit.
Okay, well I won't complicate it. That oil tan that you brought into the coffee shop for your big leather deal,
Uh-huh.
was that a 605?
No. 7.5.
Okay, well that tells me what I need to know. And that palette of miscellaneous rainbow stuff,
Yeah.
you need that or can I put it up?
Well, I don't know if I need it yet. I'm going to see how much time I have today. And then depending on how much time I have will depend on how much leather I get to process. So if you want to put it up, and if you find cool things, you can put them in my bay.
Okay.
Because I know you're just chomping at the bit to do work.
Hi.
Folks, this is what we do here.
You just can't leave one pallet alone. I processed like 5 pallets yesterday, but this one is just really going to get them.
Oh, well, every time you bring stuff over here means I gotta touch it. Okay.
Okay.
Happy hammering, and
Thank you so much.
don't aggravate Liz any more than she already is, will you?
Yeah, my anniversary was this week, guys. Can we all
Was
just
it?
be like
What?
nice and, yeah, 12 years, Kevin.
Oh my gosh. Well, you don't look a day old.
I thought it was
That
13,
was worth like myself.
but it wasn't 13.
It was worse than one.
Well, guys, everybody wants to wish all of our beautiful fans out there thanks for tuning in and following along on our journey here with YouTube. That's what everybody meant to say when they came in. Nobody said that.
Yes. And because of you, we're awarding ourselves.
That's right.
Get your first computer.
Oh,
1997. We had one in New Jersey. We got the little Monopoly game that was black and white.
Uh-huh.
It was better off now. We did not use it for what it was probably meant for.
I remember like having one of the printers that like the feed through,
Yeah.
whatever those printers were called. Help us out, guys. What are those printers? We had them when I first started working here.
Fax machine? I don't know.
No, it was, and like we had,
Xerox.
yeah, maybe that's what it was, but like the paper like was like
Yeah.
on one big spool, and yeah, and there was like 3 different copies.
We had that. Because I would always pull the.
Yeah, pull the tabs off. Yeah, when I started working here, that was the paper that we had in the office. And like you would print out the order and you would physically keep like the yellow copy. The white copy would go to gathering, and then I think we filed the pink copy somewhere. Or maybe the pink copy didn't matter and we threw it away. I don't remember. But and then one day Lindsay filled up Rusty's office with those pull-offs off the side. Like, because we used to just put them in a box for forever. And so then she just like piled it in, like his whole office was full of those pull-off tabs. Dot matrix printers, yeah.
You know, before the Xerox machine, there was a mimeograph machine.
Mimeograph?
Mimeograph. Kind you had to crank. And it really smelled weird.
How to get information?
Oh, I don't know.
I think.
I don't know. But
What was it
it was
connected
like an automatic or an automated printing press, the old kind, you know, where the guys sit there and set the type.
Oh my goodness.
But it was a little more sophisticated than that.
Whatever you say.
By golly, not much.
Oh, how the times have changed. You can print from your cellular device now.
They change real fast. What do you got over here, Justin? Hey, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, mind your way.
thanks everybody. We have fun. I hope you know that we have fun, and that's half of the reason that we do this is to educate, but then also to have fun. Because if we had to do 2 of these every week live, and it was strictly business, I don't think we would do it.
That would really bite.
Ralph says, with a mimeograph, you got a buzz from the ink.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about
Yes.
right there.
That was before you could sniff Sharpies.
Yes.
You snip.
It was before contact cement.
Even older than the mimeograph was the leather. Ink and feather. Ink feather.
What's a purple spirit? You know what a purple?
Yeah, that's what color the mimeograph copies were. They were purple.
Oh. Is it because the black ink was...
I don't remember if they stayed purple or not, but I remember when they first came out of the machine, they were purple. About the color of that stain on the floor over there.
Oh. Well, the purple ink spilled out of my printer.
Yeah. And, the smell was just, whew. Can you spell that?
They wonder why our generation is so messed up. Huffing ink.
Yeah.
Man, you guys really, this was a time in your life. There's a lot of people right now that are really regaling this purple spirit.
I didn't realize that's what it was called, but I do remember the stuff.
Michael says, all I remember from school is having to write on the chalkboard. I will not pull Susie's hair.
This is generally not the sequence that I do this in, but I'm kind of, I just kind of go with the flow.
Well, you had to do all the rest of it first.
Yeah,
So now you're just...
catching up with myself. That's hard to do, especially when you start thinking about that purple stuff.
Guys, there's so much leather in here. It was difficult to set up the cameras today. It's a lot.
Still trying to figure out how I'm going to take that picture later.
Oh, we don't. It's fine. Yeah.
Like, you taking a picture today? I was like, good luck.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, I didn't ever do any of the mimeograph stuff. I got really into laminating things when I was in middle school. We had like a professional size like laminator. And I was, a little bit of a teacher's pet. So I got to spend a lot of time in like the teacher's little break room thing. And I was always doing little projects. I enjoyed school. I like to learn things. I'm a little nerdy. It's fine. But anyways, I would come up with all of these, I don't know, I'd like draw things or color things. I don't even know. I don't remember what they were. I feel like it was silly, but I was in there every day laminating until it got to the point that like one of my teachers was like, Liz, this is kind of expensive for this, this laminating material. Can you please stop laminating everything all of the time?
Is there a reason why the basketball team doesn't get into gym floor? We just spend all our money on laminating paper.
Yeah, I laminate a lot of things.
Did you get in trouble a lot in school?
Me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
No trouble for laminating?
No, I mean, it was just like, hey, can you just kind of cease, like, unless you really need to laminate, like, a legit thing? I laminated all sorts of stuff. No, I didn't. I was a good kid.
Not for doing bad things. I just wanted to talk to my friends, so I skipped classes and go into other classrooms and see how long I could hang out in there before the teacher realized I was in there.
My little wife, she went to school in Arkansas, back in the country in Arkansas. And she said she was actually a year younger than most of the kids in her kindergarten class.
Oh, wow.
Right? And she got in trouble for always talking. They couldn't shut her up. So the teacher made her sit under her desk. And then she got in trouble for tickling the teacher's feet.
Somebody called your dead weight a ripe banana. That's a pretty good description.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a ripe banana.
Yeah. It's kind of a plantain.
Yeah. Is that where that song came from?
You ever seen the music video for that song?
No. I can imagine.
I'll show you later.
Okay.
Even if you watch the video, they played it at the Alamo like 3 times.
That's
before
perfect.
previews.
Notice how I looked up. See?
I'm so proud of you. I saw that. Oh, yeah, this is a good bundle of leather. That's part of the oil tan table. I was working on the oil tan section this morning. I think I have like 4 more numbers or 5 more numbers to fill. So, but it won't be one big bundle. Those will all be individual, but there's some good stuff in there. There was quite a few of you that joined us yesterday for our all-day twitching. It was silent except for the amazing music. Thanks to Tony. He does have a decent ear. He probably is not listening right now because he's in Sedalia at the state fair with his daughter riding horses, and they don't have very good internet there. So I'm assuming he is not paying attention to this. So I can compliment him and he won't know. But
Well, he's a musician at heart.
he is.
Yeah, he was educated because of music.
Yeah.
My teacher would
Like the French horn, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a smoking area at my school. It was hang your head out the window and take a puff.
That was the smoking area.
That's not joy. I can't. It was like the happiest day of my life when they banned smoking in bars. Cause I was like,
don't get me wrong, I'm so excited about it.
yeah, like I had just maybe I was like 18 or 19. I'm like, I enjoyed going to concerts, but I just couldn't stand the cigarette. Like I just could not stand the smoke. And when that happened, I was like, yeah, I can go to bars now and not die. It may
Not.
well, I don't
I
know.
was still in school when they banned worsening.
Didn't they?
I remember
Maybe they did it differently.
the McDonald's I worked for got rid of the smoking section.
I feel like Springfield was behind Jeff City, probably. Yeah.
There's a smoking section at McDonald's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Restaurants had a smoking. Oh, well, I knew that, but I didn't think there would be one at McDonald's. Yeah.
Larry says our high school had a student smoking lounge.
Did they really?
Larry, where'd you go to high school?
Well, we're not gonna. We're just not. I'm tired of fighting it. It's not me who's gonna be going.
Well, I mean, it just like everybody.
If they're gonna do it, rather you tell them not to.
That's a no. There you go. Uh-oh, Tony is here. He is. He says beep boop and hey hey. Did you miss my compliment, Tony? Listen, buddy, I wasn't gonna say that. All right. My high school did have a daycare. Mine had a daycare. Thanks, Tyler. See, it was like 2012.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Henry's.
Everybody's been saving their money for the live. We got some really good stuff coming up for you. We've got the upholstery hours all set up. We did that yesterday. Oil tan hour is almost done. There's not nearly as much like volume of product, but there's some really awesome SB foot leather. There's just some beautiful leathers. In the oil tan hour, we're gonna have a whole veg hour with single shoulders, bellies galore. We'll do the imports, saddle skirting. We have double shoulders. We have Spencer's been loading up on bridle and collar bellies and shoulders, so we'll have a big selection of that. We got a decent amount, and then we're gonna have just miscellaneous. I've got a whole bunch of fun like pig lining leathers over there. I've got like gold and red snake skin that looks like Dorothy's shoes. Legitimately, I think that's what we sold it a long time ago, and Dorothy's shoes. We got some cool Saffiano. We've got some amazing Moore and Giles that we had to dig out of crates. That if you watch the video, you could see it. We got some fun stuff.
I'll show you. It's not.
Omar would like to know what's the thickness of your leather.
This is about 6 ounce,
Okay.
6 to 7 ounce.
Do you have the giveaway stuff ready? I believe.
Okay.
Whenever you want to do it. Screen's gonna be a thing for everybody.
Yeah, we actually remembered we put out the schedule. It's hard to say precisely when we will be doing what, because as you guys who live shop know, when we say hour, it's just whatever length of time it takes us to get through the 20 items that we've set up. So we did put out the segment, so we start at 10. So you might kind of average like 1.5 to 2 hours per segment, starting at 10, and then we have like 10 to 15 minutes between each for a setup. So
There.
there it is. Can they see that?
Yeah, they
Okay.
Twitch can see it. I'm working to get it on YouTube.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, we get a lot of Moore and Giles crates. Their ranch lives near them, and they get to see their huge crates. You could live in that. Like, if you needed to ship yourself to South America, I think you could. It wouldn't be super comfortable, but I do think you could survive the journey. Maybe install padding around everything. Tuesday, next Tuesday the 15th. Tuesday the 15th. All right, we're going to do our giveaway. We had 70.
70 people in.
There were 70 people that commented that we entered. So, Denny, here we go. Look at that beautiful rainbow.
Well, how wonderful is that?
We're going to spin the wheel. We're going to do our giveaway.
There we go.
Here we go.
It was
Denise H.
1205.
Denise H. 1205.
I will reach out to them on YouTube.
Justin will send them a message on YouTube. They are the lovely winners. That was really fast.
Yeah.
I wish it was a little bit slower than that.
The wheel just stopped. Went around once and stopped.
Digital things are too fast.
I tried to find all of them do that. They're just really fast.
Yeah.
I was looking for one this morning.
Well, anyways, Denise, woo! If you're out there, there are a couple Denises that are in our little inner circle, I feel like. So I don't know if you're one of those Denises, but Justin will send you a message. Cool. Thanks, everybody, for entering. That was,
Underwhelming.
yeah. I need, like, the Wheel of Fortune. Dun, 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 dun,
Not good at that.
dun. Done. You'll lose all your money.
One more thing.
Standing.
What?
It wins.
All right, Wayne, what do we got? I want to dye a piece of leather with a brand on it. What is the best way to make sure that the brand stands out? Have you?
Antique it, because the brand will be pretty grainy. Actually, a lot of the fibers will be broken there where the brand is. If you antique it, that antique will stick to all those little fuzzy fibers.
Yeah. Tony, because he's on here watching, because apparently he's bored in Sedalia. He said to resist the brand and then dye everything around it. I think it would depend on what the brand looked like.
Most of the brands they don't have real definite lines, so it would be hard to do that. Really, you
Yeah.
have to be pretty delicate, more so than I am.
Yeah, we thought so too, Michael.
Listen, it's only the 70 most dedicated. So we appreciate all of you dedicated people.
You gotta think about it. There's people out there that have 2 million followers and they get 1,000 comments on their video.
Yeah.
It's a very small number. People just don't like to comment.
Well, let me ask you this.
I don't.
We have 50,000 subscribers or followers. Does that mean that they see us on a regular basis? Those 50,000?
I mean, not necessarily. They just liked it enough to hit the subscribe button. They were like, they found a video and they were like, huh, I'll follow these people. And
On
so they hit
average,
that
about
button.
1,000 people to 1,500 see our stuff.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit of people.
What have I missed? Oh, one line.
Oh,
Sorry, dude. You just make it.
we had a request for you to talk about tooling, like as you tool the flower, to talk to us about tooling the flower. We'll get a little leather knowledge in today.
Okay, well, I've already beveled around the flower.
Okay, so we beveled the flower.
But before that, you can either use an undershot beveler, which I didn't bring one with me, or a round nose beveler to do all your little tight inside curves.
Right.
And then just bevel the rest of it. But now, since it's beveled, I guess I'll do this before. I usually do all my background after I've beveled, but I'm going to do my my thumbprint now, which I did not bring my thumbprint.
Do you need me to go get it for you? What is it?
It's a thumbprint. I've got a large one and 2 or 3 small ones, the medium size.
Did you have 1,000 tools on you?
Would you like me to go get it?
Yeah, you
Well,
want me,
you-
'cause I'm
well,
gonna I'm gonna bring back the whole bench. I'm gonna be like, here you go.
The whole bench in there.
I had the list, and obviously.
He did not check it twice, guys. Didn't check it twice. Yeah, I don't think I've ever. Maybe that CPW, CP Gray, I think it is, the one that does the hexagons or the bestigons video. I think that's like the only person I've subscribed to on YouTube, but I spend 0 time on YouTube, with the exception of the hours that I spend with you lovely folks streaming at you.
This makes up for that.
Yeah, Chris walks all the YouTube. He's probably subscribed to like
I watch more YouTube than
10 million channels.
I can tell you that.
I know. I just listen to Harry Potter on repeat. That's where I'm at these days. That's all I got. Which actually, the more I listen to it, it's like kind of like the more depressing it gets a little bit, because
Just a few.
it's like the world is in turmoil, and then like it just like makes me feel kind of like what is happening right now, and it's just like turmoil. Just like,
the TV show, so things don't have to listen to it all.
right? I like listening to it. It's good. Did you find it?
I found it.
Oh, you're good. You knew what you were looking for.
It wasn't lost. It was just forgotten.
All right.
Okay. So after I've beveled, and generally after I've done my background, I will get my thumbprint, which looks like this. It's fairly similar to a pear shader. You can use a pear shader. Doesn't work as good for what I'm doing here.
Your shaders are just fatter. Yeah, they're more
They're
tiered.
fatter. They're fatter. They're domed more.
And that's a Berry King tool, correct?
Yes, this is a Berry King.
Okay.
Tool. But we sell pretty good
Bye, Tony.
shader. Those SK tools are nice. But anyway, then I will take, and I already started to pear shade this one because I forgot what I was doing.
Of course.
But I will pear shade each lobe of this flower. If you notice, this flower has a series of lobes around it, little squiggly deals. So I'm not gonna go right out to the edge, but I'm gonna go pretty close to it, and I'm gonna tip my tool forward. So I just make an impression like that. I don't want to make an impression of the whole tool, just the edge that I'm using. And this tool has two different ends to it. It has a large end and a small end, and it depends on what you're doing. You want to use the end that's corresponds with the size of the feature that you're working on.
The size of the lobe.
Yes,
the size of the end.
the lobe.
Hey, Luna, you've been doing fine this whole time. Come here. Is Tony at HOT? Tony's at the state fair.
State fair.
Yeah, Tony's at the state fair in Sedalia. So if you're at the state fair in Missouri in Sedalia, go find Tony. He's with the horses. He sent me a picture this morning. His daughter looks real good up there. Yeah.
But when you're doing this, you have to realize that you want everything to flow towards the center of this flower. You don't want to do your pear shader off to an angle like that or like that. You want to go towards where if you followed through with that, it would end up right dead center in the center of that flower. But I'm going to go around and do each lobe of this flower like this.
Dean says a footprint is not desirable. What do you mean?
A footprint. I'm not sure what a footprint is. I thought that happened when you stepped in the mud.
What do you call that?
A thumbprint.
A thumbprint.
Yes.
Are you just being funny? Maybe he's being funny.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, if you'll notice, I've gone around. I've done every lobe on this little flower.
Nope, too far.
And if you'll notice, each one of them heads right towards the center of that flower.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, I'm going to get a flower center liner, which is this. This is a Berry King, but we also sell a good center liner. I just like this Berry King. So I'm going to go right around the edge of this flower center. And this acts like a beveler, only it's flat. It's not, it doesn't have an actual bevel. So you have to tip it a bit. But what you're trying to do is lay the shoulder of this flower center back, which will make the center look, it'll make this flower center stand out and the petals look like they go in behind the flower center, which you will see as soon as I get around here. We'll give you a close up of it. And you can use different tools for this, but this flower center, or the center liner, is made specifically for this purpose. You see it makes a nice dark burnish around that flower center, makes the flower center itself stand out, makes it look like the petals kind of dive in behind it.
What are you talking about?
I think they see the Paul print and they think that was they thought it was cool. You can only see it from
This is an Ed LeBaire mall. If you want his email, he doesn't really have a website. We had somebody that wanted one of his malls, and they don't do social media, which is fine. And so I just sent him their email address. So if you would like an Ed LeBaire mall or a tool, like one of these beautiful things, just,
Yes.
anyways, shoot us an email live at springfieldleather.com and I'll send you his email address. So,
Okay, next, I call this, I'm going to stutter flower petals.
Okay.
And I'm just going to use a little, this kind of a modified little camouflage tool that we have here. I just kind of,
So this started out as a C432. How'd you modify it?
just on a grinder.
Oh, it doesn't have the.
Yeah, it
Okay.
just isn't as wide. See,
Yeah.
a regular camouflage is like this. It has a lot more of a footprint.
Yeah. So you just took him down to his little teeth.
Yeah, but you can use a regular camouflage. But,
Okay.
But I would be using a very small one in this. But I'm just gonna make 2 or 3 little stutter marks out from this flower center.
Just.
And all this is doing is adding a little texture to the flower petals.
Oh, nice.
You can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, I'm going to take a veiner. Yes.
Probably not where it wants to be.
And this is what is it? A 748,
V748.
and we don't carry one of those. We carry a V715, which would work very well
Okay.
on this.
That's an
In
old
my
tool.
classes, that's what I tell everybody they can get to use. But I'm going to get right up against the flower center, right at the edge of that petal. And I'm going to do that on every little flower petal. But all I'm doing when I go through and use that center liner, it kind of blots out what I've beveled. So this re-accentuates that. Plus it gives it more of a 3D effect.
So Dean was saying you use the camo tool over your foot, the footprint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that will kind of also it will fade that footprint away where if you have a mark that you aren't real happy with, it will kind of get rid of that.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to take my flower center that I used originally and go back and reset that. Hopefully I can get in about the same spot. And that little flower is done, other than the finish cuts that I do on it.
So Denny, Michael was asking, when you modified the tool, what did you do to modify it? Or he's saying a lot of times it'll leave the leather black when he uses a tool that he's ground down and modified. So is he just
Use it on a piece of scrap leather
okay?
because you've got
Just
a
get all
lot,
that
lot
off.
of little grinding dust, little metal dust on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, or I use cement thinner. You can
Just clean it.
you can clean it with that, but mostly just put it on some damp scrap leather and just
Tool.
tool it a bunch. Just whack it.
Yeah. Whack it till you get all the little grind bits off.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the whole process of that flower.
Well, and so like each one, this one you put some swivel knife, some decorative cuts in afterwards, and you didn't do the little stutter.
I'll put the decorative cuts in on this one
There's
now.
gonna be some
too.
decorative cuts on this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look over there.
Yeah. And ordinarily when I did this, I would do the whole thing. Then I would do each flower. I would do each process on each flower at the same time. That way I can keep track of what I've done.
Right.
And the flowers don't look different.
Yeah, we knew we weren't gonna have time to tool this whole thing, so Denny pre-tooled most of it.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to make some finish cuts on this. And a finish cut, you generally are not straight. They generally start on kind of a curve. And there again, you want to remember the center of your flower, the flow of your pattern. Everything needs to follow that flow. And these flower petals, everything flows towards the center of the flower. So I'm going to start out towards the end of the flower petal and head right towards that center. And like I say, they are not straight. Most of them start on kind of a curve. And there's no specific way to make finish cuts. It's whatever you think looks good. whatever fits the area that you're trying to embellish.
Tessa said this is why she likes you. You're always trying to make a good impression. That's pretty cute. Hey, Heath.
But that's all I would do to that flower.
Sorry.
Voila.
And she's done.
Okay, I would do one more thing. Because we aren't going to be here for the whole time for me to finish this, obviously. But I'm going to take Ed's little
Right.
little pedal lifter, and I'm going to use it because I did this to begin with.
Guys, yeah, you got to see Denny antiqued his little trading card. Oh, yeah, I think that's probably the best one.
Yeah.
Okay, you keep going. You're good.
I'm working around you. You're fine.
But what this does, they call it a pedal lifter because it actually lifts the inside of each of these pedal lobes. I'm going to actually cut underneath.
I feel like this is the most exciting thing you've learned this year.
It is.
Like, you love it so much.
You know, I consider myself a fairly good tooler, but I just love to see someone else tool because I can always learn something from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I've played with before, but I was always really kind of afraid of it. Plus, a lot of people don't do this.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people will use an undershot beveler and not this, but this gives it a completely different look, I think.
Yeah, when Ed came to Springfield this year and did his little week of classes, Denny got to come and join for the classes and kind of take in a little bit of that. And it is just so nice to kind of spend some time with other people. Because Denny teaches everybody all the time. He doesn't get to spend time with people that are also masters in this craft very much. And so having some camaraderie, you got to learn from somebody else.
Yeah. I enjoy that. You know, I'll listen to anyone that can show me how to do something nicer.
Denny loves learning. Chris was showing me those videos that he, so my husband took an engraving course last week over in Kansas at GRS. And there's this guy, really for anybody that is also working with leather, he does scroll work, and his name is Ken Hunt. And he is one of the best engravers. He's an English fella, and he does guns. But his kind of forte is explaining the scroll work and how to draw your scrolls. And he has some YouTube videos just about him just tootling around on a tracing book, just on a piece of paper, just doing. This is Denny's trading card from a couple weeks ago that he got all, and it's still. Look at those. Look how high they're raised. Anyways, didn't that come out beautiful? But anyways, Ken Hunt. So Chris was showing me some of the videos, and
He showed me too.
Yeah, he was telling me about it. He's like, this is the Bob Ross of the engraving world, because he's just like, oh, and you just do this, and I don't know, he's just so cute. He just his little English voice.
Yeah, just a little British accent.
Yeah, I love it. So look up Ken Hunt. Just about, like, if this is something that you're getting into, because all the scroll work, it's very similar. And you can apply drawing the scroll. So if physically drawing the patterns is something that, you're not good at, or you're getting into, or you just want to learn more, it's a great resource.
One of the things that I always have trouble with this is called a swirl.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't remember if that's what he called it or not, but I've always had trouble keeping them round. Mm-hmm. They always want to kind of bulb out to one side or another. But Chris was showing me how he would make a square and divide it into quarters.
Yep.
And then take another half square and divide it in half. And it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought.
Geometry.
Yeah.
Dangum. I love it.
Yeah.
So.
When you're learning fine art, we'll teach you to draw with shapes,
Mm-hmm.
and all you're doing is just adding detail inside those shapes. starting with squares.
Wow.
It's easier to draw a straight line than it is a circle.
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess it's 11:50, so you're gonna finish doing all the stuff.
Yeah, I'll just start to bar ground a little bit now.
Well, and then so this is our. We have our little play. Like we made a little play thing.
Yeah,
So
actually,
Denny will finish this up, and then we'll have it next week. We'll show you guys. But this will be, and then we'll engrave our little whatever Justin put here.
I'll get it all in there.
Oh.
I think it's kind of gonna be neat.
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll have ourselves a little play, but yeah, you just keep tooling,
Okay.
and we'll just keep tooling for a little bit. You can
But
talk
this
to
is
them.
gonna hang up, you say, or is
Well, we could hang it up. We could replace. I guess we could.
put it on an easel or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put something behind it to stiffen it up.
Okay. Did you have a different plan? Okay, cool.
Good, because we weren't gonna do it anyway.
I follow the dopamine. I don't have plans.
There's this cute friend scene where like the girls are having like a little like sleepover night. I don't remember what happened. Maybe Monica lost her job or whatever. I don't know. And they're all talking, and one of them says like, "Do you have a plan?" And Phoebe goes, "I don't even have a pla."
Yeah.
She doesn't even have a what?
She doesn't even have a pla. Like the beginning of a plan. Anyways, and so I always think about that.
I am a Phoebe for sure.
Don't even have a pla.
Sounds like the guy walking down the street and he saw two blonde women that were just beautiful. He walked up to him, started talking to him, and he said, "Are you two sisters?" And they looked at each other and said, "We aren't even Catholic."
Oh no.
Okay.
It's been a minute since I've
What
heard
did
a
that
good
have-
blonde joke, Denny.
What did that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
That took me maybe long, like a split second longer than it should have. That was so much interesting, but I was born blonde.
Oh, the button should be a cool stone that Kevin cuts into a triangle. It's not too late.
Yeah, I'm in.
Find those rare, like white button, the little play symbols.
Did you guys post that video of Kevin doing the opal? Did everybody get to watch Kevin cutting his opal? I put a whole sign on his like cab cutting apparatus over there that was like the don't dig signs. I was like, "Stop, don't cut, call 1-800 Justin or Isaac, like before you do anything so that we can record
He called
this."
me Jared for almost 2 years. He probably was like, "Who's Justin?"
He asked me like 3 times after I told him that like we need to record it, because he's always like, "Okay, yeah, that sounds fine," but then he just goes out there and he just gets to doing his thing and he doesn't think about it. And yeah, well, is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. It's
Okay,
short.
yeah, go check out our YouTube shorts and you'll see we did just like a little video of Kevin over there cutting it's a gorgeous opal.
It is. I saw it.
Oh my gosh.
It was really, it felt great when he watched it and then it showed off at the end and he was just like, oh, like a little kid when he saw it.
Yeah.
He's like, will you send that to me, Kevin, at Springfield?
like, yeah, Kevin, I know your email address. I got it. Thanks. It's an amazing. He got like 3 or 4 so far opals. We made somebody passed away as it happens, and I think it was a husband that passed away, and their wife brought in his collection of rough opals. He was some sort of a jeweler, and so Kevin has been like, they're for sale out on retail. You can just buy like a rough opal, but he's been going through some of them and cutting them up, and oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh. Next time we do cabs at the end of the month, I'll bring them in here and show you guys.
It's just crazy to think that's natural.
I know. Opal is one of those things you look at it and you're like, that's fake. That's not real.
Tony leaves town every time there's a towing video.
You got to keep adjusting the camera for me.
Yeah, it's all right. It's an ongoing joke I have with Tony.
Omar's really sweet. He says he learned more carving techniques from you, even having to translate them because he's not a native English speaker.
Oh, yeah?
But
Well, good. I'm glad he learned something from me instead of getting worse. Where is Omar from?
Algeria? Omar, is it Algeria? Bye, Dean. I-
Algeria. Got it right.
Yeah, that's right, Algeria.
Well, Omar, you need to come over here. We need to speak.
Come spend some time with us.
Bring an interpreter, though.
I would say his English is pretty good. He talks to us.
You have one of those fancy interpretation deals on his phone
I don't know.
or computer, whatever he's using. Camera? Radio?
That camera in your pocket. Isn't that what your wife calls her phone?
Yeah, her camera.
To be honest, how many people use their phones for actual phones anymore?
Yeah, I think we all hate when it rings.
Yeah.
We're all like, somebody wants to physically talk to us? What? Yeah, I think there's like 3 people that call me on a like a monthly basis. There's like the 3, like Chris calls me, Rusty calls me, complains that I don't have my phone on me enough, and so I typically don't answer it. And then
That's why he calls you about that.
Yeah, because it's usually on my desk. I just leave it there, especially if I don't have pockets. But even half the time I do have pockets, it still doesn't go with me.
My wife will not buy clothes if they don't have pockets.
Well, good for her.
Seriously.
That is a high standard to have, though.
Yeah, I know. She complains about it. None of this stuff has pocket.
It's so bad for women's clothing. The phones got bigger and the pockets got smaller.
I know. Or they just like put a slit and you think you have a pocket and then you don't.
So
And you don't. The dumbest is like, why would you go to all this work to put in the opening to a pocket and not just put the piece of fabric that goes underneath it that actually makes the pocket? I feel like it's a lot of work to make the opening for a pocket. Like you got to like the little fold thing. You got to it's like a lot of stuff that goes into making, especially on like nice pants. You know, like jeans. Obviously, the pocket just goes on top. But if you have a nice a nice pair of business casual pants or whatever, slacks.
Yes.
Sometimes they just like put the just an opening with nothing underneath it. Like, what's the point? That is something that's really interesting because so much of the internet is in English.
yeah.
There's a ton of the world like just learns English because that's the majority of the information that's out there. Like obviously like it's getting to the point where it's not, but like especially, like 5-10 years ago, like pretty much everything that was on the internet was in English because those were the countries that could create content.
I don't know the accuracy of this statement, but I always hear that like it's one of the hardest languages to learn. Like English. Our English.
Yeah.
We spell things weird. And say things weird.
I haven't learned it yet.
And like there's like
I sure.
20 theirs.
Zebra.
Yeah, that sounds like David Attenborough, a zebra. Or a glacier. You ever been on a glacier?
A glacier?
Yeah.
No, I did not pay for that excursion when I was in Alaska. It was expensive.
Yeah, it's a scary thought.
Oh no, it would have been cool.
I like water.
I mean, it's ice. It's like
It would
100 feet thick. You're
I
good.
want to buy water.
it would be neat to be
You're on a boat.
in a boat looking at a
Yeah.
glacier and watching it calve. They call it calving when a big chunk of it falls off and makes an iceberg.
Yeah.
But it just causes a tidal wave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to be on a boat for that. That'd be a pretty big boat.
No, that was so when we went to the Hubbard Glacier. So there was like a little excursion that you could pay for where you got on like this little. It was a double-decker boat. You got off, the cruise ship onto this double-decker boat, and then they drive you up into the glacier, and then they drive you along it. And so I have a picture. We're on the cruise ship looking out, and you see the glacier, and the glacier doesn't look huge from where you're at, right? It's at the very base of mountains, and it's just this little lip of ice that comes out and right at the ocean. But then that boat leaves you, which like a double-decker boat, you think like a little ferry boat or whatever,
Yeah.
Anyways, it gets up to the thing, and the boat is this big, and the glacier is this big. And you're just that's a lot. We're really far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris took a picture, and you have to zoom in, and you can see the little boat, and then it's just glacier, and you're that's
Sizes of buildings.
that's big. Yeah, it's crazy. That was one of the coolest things.
I'm close. We have a slide right off of it, probably.
Well, and another thing that's neat is what you're seeing used to be several miles
Yeah.
away.
Mm-hmm. It's the only glacier that's still growing in the whole world.
Wow.
Everything else has been receding, but it's the only one. Yeah, and it goes so you could see that much above the water, but then they said under the water it was 3 to 4 times as deep as it was high. It was just astronomical proportions, and then it just faded back into the mountain, and then there was another one. I don't know. It was cool. It was so cool.
Well, when we
I looked at that forever.
When we went to Glacier National Park, they were talking about the glaciers. They said in 30 years, and there used to be lots of glaciers right there around Glacier National Park, but now it's down to just a handful, I think. But they said in 30 years they'll probably be gone.
Wow.
Period.
Terrible.
Oh, I'm down here. I lost my place.
Well, it is noon. So, I think.
We're done.
Yeah. And he's just gonna keep. Well, you're almost done bar grounding.
Yeah, I got one more little spot, I think.
That is a good idea. We should have Kevin cut. We could almost, it'd be really cool is if he cut some sort of an agate that was clear or was transparent, translucent, and then we could set a light behind it and then it could glow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Tony thing. When it comes to wiring.
Just get a tiny little LED that could go behind it.
That would be neat.
I think that's what's gonna happen. So, alrighty guys. Well, it has been an awesome little hour spent with our most dedicated fans, you guys,
Yes.
who are here every week, and we love and appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for following us. Congratulations to Denise again.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's
Denise, you will enjoy this if you're watching.
yeah, how would you not? But, so everybody pinch all your pennies all weekend. Don't go crazy. Don't buy anything that you shouldn't, and then come on Tuesday and spend all your money with Tony and I as we eat Kevin's cheese dip and cupcakes and sell you
I hope my
leather.
stomach's feeling so much better.
I hope it is too. Yeah. So I'm making. Kevin came out with a new revised version of his cheese dip, which I was thinking that we'll print. I mean, obviously, like we can post it on social, but we'll print and send with all the orders when we fill them. Kevin's cheese dip is fantastic. So I'm going to make a crock pot full of cheese dip, and I'm going to get cupcakes, and bag's going to fall over, and we're going to have. Oh, great. Yeah, Larry, I would do an opal, but I don't want to put like a $500 rock on. Like, I mean, you just, plus sometimes opals aren't transparent. Like they're, like you can't, anyways, whatever.
You can't.
That would be a waste. I mean, it wouldn't, I don't know, it'd be a waste of an opal, in my opinion. I feel like it would be a waste of an opal. That should be something. But it would be cool. Anyways, start time, 10 a.m. Tuesday. 10 a.m. Central Time on Tuesday. We have posted the schedule. I'm calling it a schedule because we don't really have firm hours. But like I said, each section will be approximately an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. We're starting with veg tan, and then we've got upholstery. Then we've got hair on, and then we have oil tan, and then we have miscellaneous, whatever I find and I want to put in the last hour for however long we go until Tony and I heal over from exhaustion. So, yeah, 10 a.m. Central, be here.
And there will be a video on Facebook and Discord showing you how to sign up for Twitch this weekend.
So it's on Twitch. We will probably also be streaming on YouTube as well, but you won't be able to bid on YouTube. It will just be a safe place for you to watch if you want to. Bidding will take place only on Twitch. So if you have been hesitant about Twitch, I made an account. It's not hard. It just is secure. So it's more difficult than other things that aren't secure. So Justin made a cute little video today about how to sign up, how to make an account, how to get all ready so that you can bid on Tuesday. So everybody take a look at that this weekend, spend 10 minutes, make yourself a Twitch account, and then call into work and spend the day with us. So, alrighty, we'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, guys.